Hi everyone, Eva Thompson here. Welcome to this video. This video is going to be focused on the RJ sufferer's partner. So if you're with someone that suffers from retroactive jealousy and everything else in your relationship is pretty much amazing, but it's just this retroactive jealousy that is causing such sadness for both of you, and you're trying to help them, you're trying to be supportive, you're trying to not make things worse and you don't know how, then this video is for you. Before I get into it, I just want to make very clear that this has nothing to do with you. Your partner may shame you and blame you and ask you a lot of questions and even tell you that it's about you, but it's not about you. The worst thing that you can do is internalize it, because then we've got two people in the relationship that are suffering and it just makes everything harder. Right now, hopefully, there's just one person that is in pain, the RJ sufferer. If there's two people in pain, if you begin to internalize it and really believe that there's something wrong with you or your past, then it just is going to make the situation worse. And I've been there as well. As an ex-RJ sufferer, I used to place a lot of blame and shame on my partner, and I see now that it actually had nothing to do with him. The sufferer probably doesn't see that right now. If you're in the moment and you get triggered and you're suffering and you feel these intense emotions, chances are that the sufferer is going to blame the partner. But you as the partner, one of the main things that you should know is that it isn't your fault. It's got nothing to do with you. It's their issue, it's something that they're dealing with, and hopefully they have taken steps to overcome it. If you're with someone that doesn't want to see that it's their issue and they're adamant that it's all on you and that, oh, if you didn't do this, then I wouldn't feel this way. I've never met one RJ sufferer that has suffered RJ in one relationship and then has gotten into another relationship with someone else and the RJ's gone away. Because it doesn't have to, again, it doesn't have to do with the partner, it's got to do with the sufferer. So hopefully you are with someone that has taken responsibility for the fact that they suffer from retroactive jealousy and they want to get better. I also want to add, before we get into the do's and don'ts, that I think it's an amazing thing that you're even here watching this video. I think it's an amazing thing that you want to support your partner on this journey, and you've probably been very, very patient up until now. So with that being said, let's get into the video. So let's start with the don'ts, what not to do if your partner suffers from retroactive jealousy. The first don't is don't lie to them. And I know this can be very, very difficult, because if someone has shamed you and blamed you constantly about your past and they're constantly asking you questions about your past, it's very natural for you to want to protect yourself and tell a white lie and say, oh, this happened differently. But the thing is, this just compromises the trust in the relationship. And if your partner wants to heal and is healing, and say, for example, from 3 to 6 months from now, they're a lot better, and then they figure out and they understand, like, you know, something comes up and they figure out that you lied to them about something, that is very, very damaging, and that will may cause them to relapse. And so it's just important to understand that I know that you probably feel scared almost when your partner asks you questions about your past, but it's a good thing to not lie. If you don't feel comfortable answering, that's another thing. Rather, don't answer the question. Tell your partner, I don't feel comfortable answering this question. I don't feel comfortable talking about my past anymore. I don't want to talk about it. That's better than lying. And this actually brings me to the next don't, which is don't answer the questions. And I know this can be really, really difficult. If your partner's an RJ sufferer, invite them to watch this bit of the video with you. The thing is, with retroactive jealousy, the more that so when you get triggered, you feel the need to act out on compulsion. For a lot of people, that compulsion is asking a question. If you ask a question and it gets answered and you get that temporary relief, it kind of just perpetuates that cycle. So your partner gets triggered, they feel the need to act out the compulsion, they're desperate for the temporary relief, they come to you, you give it to them, you're just perpetuating the cycle again and again and again. And so it's okay to have conversations about the retroactive jealousy when you're both calm, when your partner's not triggered. But when your partner does come to you in that high, that fight or flight anxious state, and they're begging you to answer a question, it's a good thing to gently decline and to say, I don't think it's good for you if I answer your question right now, because it's just going to make the situation worse. It's going to perpetuate the cycle and I'm not going to help you in the long run. So it is okay for the duration of time when your partner is suffering or they're in their recovery process, for you to say, you know what, I'd rather not answer this question right now because I think it's just going to make it worse. My third don't is don't try to fix it for them. So this touches a bit on what I first mentioned in this video. So as much as you love your partner, as much as you want to be with your partner, as much as you probably support your partner, as much as you want to take the pain away, as much as you want them to understand that you love them and you don't want anybody else in your life, as much as you want them to feel what you're feeling and to understand and to truly feel deep down that you don't care about anybody else and you just want to be with them, you can't do that for them. That's just the reality. You can't fix it for them. There is no amount of reassurance, there are no magic words, there is nothing that you can do or say basically that is going to take away the retroactive jealousy for your partner. I'm not saying you can't help them. Yes, you can help them. Yes, you can be supportive, but don't make it your responsibility to fix this person. Don't make it your responsibility to make it all better for them. It's their responsibility. It's on them. They can heal. It is possible. People have done it before, and people will keep doing it. But the worst thing that you can do is internalize it and try to fix it, because what's going to happen is you're going to try to fix it, you're going to not be able to fix it because it's not your problem, and then you're going to resent them because you've put in all this time and energy and honesty and vulnerability into trying to fix them. It hasn't worked, and you're left feeling kind of resentful and sad. And my last don't is don't internalize it. Don't make it about yourself. Don't make it about your actual past. There's nothing wrong with you. Don't allow them to make you believe that there is something wrong with your past. Don't allow them to make you believe that you should feel shameful, you should feel less than. Relationships are not about making each other feel like you're not good enough. Relationships are about supporting each other, accepting each other, loving each other exactly the way you are. Don't internalize it. Don't believe them when they say to you, this is because of you. If you didn't do that in the past, I wouldn't feel this way. That's not fair. That's not healthy. Don't internalize it. Whatever they say when they're triggered and when they're anxious, of course you love them. This is not a terrible person, but they're just in pain. And when you're in pain, you hurt other people. Hurt people, hurt people. And so when your partner's triggered and they're in that fight or flight, they feel anxious and they start saying really mean things to you, try your best. I know it's not easy, but try your best not to internalize it. Remember that this has everything to do with them and it's got nothing to do with you. So having touched on all the don'ts, let's move on what you can do to help. So the first thing that you can do to support them is be patient. Be patient. If you're lucky enough to be with someone that is taking steps to overcome the retroactive jealousy, and you've agreed for a bit to maybe eliminate some triggers and you want to be supportive, the one thing you can do with them is be patient. A lot of the time with RJ, there are relapses. There are times where they might be doing really well for a week or two, or even a month, and then something triggers them and they relapse, and maybe they start asking questions and maybe being mean. But the more patient you are, the more you will be able to help them. And I know this is so much to ask from someone that is with an RJ sufferer. I know that. And I'm not, if you're with someone and it's become so toxic and they're just hurting you and you can't stand it anymore, they're not showing any progress and your patience has just run out, I understand, and I'm not judging you on that, and I'm sure it's really, really difficult for you. However, if you're with someone and you can see the progress, you can see it, try to be patient with this person. Try to remind them of their little achievements, of the little, of the good moments. Celebrate the wins with them. Tell them, I noticed that, you haven't gotten triggered today, and I just want to congratulate you on that. Or I want to, be there for them, as everyone's different in the relationship. I don't know exactly what you could do to be there for them in your specific relationship, but I do know that patience is amazing when it comes to healing this. So the last and final thing that you can do to help your partner through this is to show them that you love them with actions. Words of affirmation are great, but it's good to actually show your partner that you love them, make them feel safe, and be there for them however you can. I don't have a lot of do's for this video because I think that when it comes to retroactive jealousy, the only thing you can do as the partner is support them, be open, be honest, love them, and be patient. That's what I think you can do. Everything else is kind of on them. It is their journey, it is their battle to fight, and they need to really want to get over it and overcome it. So don't make it your responsibility to fix them, because it will just make it worse, like I said, and it will build more resentment in the relationship. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you got value out of this video. Let me know in the comment section below if you've got any questions regarding this topic, because I think it's so amazing that I do get a lot of RJ sufferers partners come to me and ask me, what can I do for my partner? You know, our relationship is falling apart, I don't know how to help them. And I think it's an amazing thing that you are even watching this right now, because you probably have been through a lot. You both have. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you found it valuable. Please subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I hope to see you soon.